make sure you go to teesprings.com/unofficialJDB merch to go and purchase my exclusive tees and hoodies. Make sure you go to teesprings.com, go and buy you a couple things. What is going on, people? I'm Jaye the Black, your host. I'm back here with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. This video is going to be a part of my red pilling content that I use to wake up the masses, whether it be male or female, because there are some, and there's very few of them, that are waking up and are seeing the trajectory of their life and they want to change. Well, I'm going to speak about older women. You know, some of these women are not going to change, and it is what it is. Now, I know that this video is going to have some of you feeling a certain type of way, whether it be male or female. If you are a guy and you feel like you're red pill to the core and you don't like the title of this video, you don't like the messaging, you don't have to comment, because some of you leave same comments over and over on these particular videos and you lose the message. Every video I do has a message. So listen before typing. That's all I ask. All right. Now, there is a story to this title about, older women, clout chasing more than younger women. And it's happening more and more. These women didn't have social media when they were in their prime. Now that they are past their prime, they're clinging on to any situation that can garner them attention, that can garner them the type of fame that they're looking for. And some of these women are still looking for fame any way they could, get it, Now, in this particular situation, I'm going to talk about, former New York Yankee baseball player, Alex Rodriguez. He's in a relationship with J-Lo. They just got engaged. And apparently there was this middle-aged adult film star / failed fitness model who decided to blast him due to a failed hookup that they were supposed to have to each other. Now, this story actually came out a couple weeks ago. I was actually going to do a video, but then I never did because, J-Lo did an interview and she basically did not care about what this one was saying. Then you had, the ex, snitch baseball player who wrote the book about, players using performance enhancing drugs. Jose Canseco, talking about how A-Rod was hooking up with his ex-wife. And this particular female went into detail about how A-Rod wanted to have a three-way with her and another female. I think that's probably what got her in her feelings, because he didn't just want to deal with her. She didn't feel like she was good enough. And the thing about A-Rod likes older women. A-Rod likes women either his age or a little older. I mean, look at J-Lo. J-Lo is about 50. A-Rod is in his early 40s. A-Rod has always dated women his age or older. He's basically he's one of the very few athletes who's very, very high profile, that's willing to date women even at his age, that's willing to date women his age or younger. Not younger, his age or older. Okay. And apparently this particular female was flirting with them. They exchanged numbers. They were texting with each other. And she decided to put him on blast. And it didn't work because J-Lo did an interview and she downplayed everything, even though this female said that she was doing this because she wanted to help J-Lo. And J-Lo basically wasn't hearing it. She wasn't trying to have it. Now, this female name is Zoe Gregory, but she has an adult film name, Robin Banks. And she did one particular film. Y'all can go and look it up. I'm not going to give you all the details there. But apparently she's back for the rest of her 5 minutes of fame. Okay. This woman is a failed fitness model. Okay. Who is now, trying to get into the adult game at her age in mid 40s. She can do all the MILF, scenes that she wants to, Now, I will say this, whatever way you choose to live your life, that's totally on you. I have no issue with people wanting to live their life a certain way. Okay. But don't put somebody on blast and flirt with somebody, share pictures back and forth with somebody, and then put them on blast and say you're doing it because you want to help the woman that they're with. First off, you would not have exchanged numbers with him at the beginning. What do you think he wanted your number for? To do business? Y'all could have talked in the DMs, but you didn't. You exchanged messages with him because you thought that there was a chance either you could be his side piece or maybe he would leave you for J-Lo. Yeah, he's gonna leave J-Lo for you. A woman who's really is a no-name, who's in her mid-40s, getting into the adult industry. Yes, he's looking to leave the woman he's with, J-Lo, to be with you. Now, according to page 6, this particular female, Zoe, is back in the news trying to cash in because she's going to do an X-rated live show where she'll be taking questions about her encounter with A-Rod. Okay. Now, to my knowledge, they didn't hook up. They almost did. But unless she left out some details, nothing happened. This is why A-Rod is Teflon in his relationship. What she has to understand is J-Lo is 50, or close to 50. And she's not looking to be no single mother. J-Lo is never single. J-Lo always has something lined up once she gets out of a relationship. Once she gets out of a relationship, she's already on to the next guy, man. She's not trying to be single. There are women out there that they love being single, according to them. But what happens is they're single way too long and it starts to, mess with them mentally. You can tell they're mentally starting to break down. And this particular female who's in her mid-40s, she's using whatever 15, not 15. She's using whatever 5 minutes of fame that she has to basically push her X-rated career. And you notice with a lot of these older females on social media, they're out there going all out. Even this female on her page, they're going all out, okay, to try to either get in relationships or get attention. These are older women in their 40s, but they have the mindset of younger women, but they will pull rank on younger women and talk about maturity and age, but you act just like them. You're just as thotty as they are. You got tattoos all over the place yourself. You getting flown out too. And trust me, these chicks are getting flown out. Don't believe that BS about how they have all this money. Look, them chicks ain't got money like that to be getting flown to these different countries. Come on. They're getting flown to these countries by their sugar daddies. Let's be real. By their sponsors. Traveling is very, very expensive. It is. Traveling in the US is expensive. If you ain't got it. I mean, I know some of y'all were like, well, it ain't that expensive, Jay. But have you traveled outside of your state more than once? But for the average everyday person, traveling is expensive because you got to book flights, you got to book hotels, you might get a rental car, and you got to, you got to feed yourself while you out and about. Like, that stuff costs money, man. Or if you're driving cross country, gas that you have to constantly put in your car. So when you see these women taking all these exotic trips and, these women are older, they're looking to basically cash in on whether they have big assets or they have big tits, they still have some attractiveness. They're trying to cash in. They're trying to cash that in. Now, I will say this about this female, Zoe Gregory. She has a nice body. She really does. She's really trying to, compete with these young chicks out here. Now, she's a Caucasian blonde. So she, especially to like foreigners, because I understand foreigners like these American blondes, or you have brothers who may like them, a Caucasian female. She could be average, You know, she can sometimes be below average. You got brothers that will date anything. But be that as it may, she still has a placement when it comes to getting attention from men. Okay? Because she keeps herself in very, very tip-top shape. And I think that is what caught A-Rod's eye. You know, you have a woman her age who is still able to keep herself in shape. You know, A-Rod don't date no chubby chicks. You know, he's not dating no chicks that ain't fit, especially if they're close around his age or older. You know, and the thing about it is, you know, you have older females that they will get younger guys will try to holler at them, but then these women will pull the age card. But you act just like these younger women. How you gonna pull the age card and talk about how you're too old for somebody, but you're dressing like these younger women and you're acting like them? Do you think that men your age are going to be checking for you just because you act like the young women that they look for? No. Because he knows that you're set in your ways. You know, you have a lot of older women that are just set in their ways. Now, you have older women who are flexible, older women who are mature, but they're not stuck mentally. Now, I will say this about the Wall. The Wall is very much so undefeated. You know, face-wise, she looks her age. Body-wise, she's in very good shape. But face-wise, like, you know, if you're doing a face modeling competition, you know, is she going to be in the top 10, top 15? Probably not. But body-wise, the full package, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say she's completely hit the wall, but she's there. She's tapping on it. She's about to ram through it. You know, but I think her saving grace is the fact that she's able to keep herself in really good shape. And that is what's going to get her attention. This is why you have these adult companies still trying to, you know, have her do work for them, you know. But, you know, she's a woman who's basically at the wall. You know, this is her last gasp at trying to gain some sort of career off of clout chasing. And unfortunately, you have women like this that have no boyfriend, no husband to speak of, and they use whatever's left of their looks to try to entice men out there to either fly them out, you know, be sugar daddies for them, or maybe even get in relationships with them. I think it's very weird when you have women that age that still try to compete with these younger women. I can understand if you're just trying to keep yourself in shape, but if you go to her IG, like, she's going all in on trying to impress. That caught A-Rod's eye. But at the end of the day, you need to move on with your life. You put A-Rod on blast when he got engaged to J-Lo because you saw there as an opportunity. She held on to this information until she could use it for clout chasing. And guess what happened? Absolutely nothing. You did some adult film. Now, you know, you're doing these these live chats. That's pretty much where you're at. You might as well go full on into that. No one cares what you have to say about A-Rod. J-Lo doesn't care. J-Lo denounced you and the other guy that was claiming that A-Rod was smashing his wife. She's all in on A-Rod. Ain't nothing you can do right now. There was a rumor that they, you know, separated, but I know they're together. I think she was just using that for promotion. That's the industry.